Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to go to our second part of our edge light where we're going to be creating a tool pass for our edge light design. I already have my inventor open and I have my pointer tool up here. We're going to be switching back and forth between our pointer tool and the mouse tool. Okay, so let's go up to the top ribbon bar. Now when we created that part we went to new first. However, we already have this part created. So we're going to go next to new and we're going to select open. We're going to go to our H drive. It should automatically select for you first initial last name 000 and we're going to go to our edge light and select open. Once we have it opened up on our screen, that's our final part, we're going to come up to the top above the ribbon bar. There are tabs up here. There's File and Sketch and Inspect. You're going to go across until you find the CAM tab. Once you find the CAM tab, you're going to click to select it. And then what we need to do is we need to set up this part. I'm going to switch to my mouse tool. Okay, I have my mouse tool. I'm going to come up to our ribbon bar and right in the job area, I'm going to select Setup. Okay. Now these tabs that are on the top of this menu over here, there are 3 going across the top. The way that we work with these is we go across the tabs from left to right and we take a look at each section from top to bottom. In this first tab, we're going to change the origin for where it says stock box point. We're going to click in there. And you are going to choose Model Origin. So choose Model Origin. And what that does is it takes our origin and puts it down in the lower left-hand corner. That's where we began our part. Next, let's go to the second tab over. Okay, in the second tab, which is our Stock tab, we're going to change where it says Relative Size Box. We're going to change that to Fixed Size Box. Okay, so this window here needs to say Fixed Size Box. Next, we're going to go down to the next selection down where it says Add Stock. For the stock offset, we're going to choose No Additional Stock. No additional stock is what we're going to choose. Okay? And that puts the yellow bounding box right around our part. Let's go over to our third and final tab. In this area here where it says 1001, you're going to put your cursor in there, bring up your keyboard. We're going to backspace out our numbers and you're going to enter in your last name and edge light. Okay? Once you enter in your last name and edge light down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to select OK. Good. Now we're going to come up to the top in the ribbon bar and we're going to go to the 2D milling section of our ribbon. And there is a command in there that you see that says face. Right next to that, there are 3 buttons that don't have any icons after them. What you are going to do is you are going to choose that middle one that's there and click on it. That is our 2D pocket. Okay? Once again, we're going to take and we're going to work these tabs from left to right. And each window we're going to take a look at from top to bottom. On this first tab, we're going to select Tool. Then, in this window that opens up, we're going to scroll down just a little bit till you can see Sample Libraries. Underneath Sample Libraries is where you see End Mills. Select on End Mills. And we want to choose number 2, 1/4 inch flat is the one that we're choosing. Once you choose number 2, 1/4 inch flat, then you're going to come down to the bottom of this window and you're going to click select. And that puts our mill bit right on the origin. Let's go to our next tab over. Once we go to our next tab over, it asks us to select the pockets. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this in our world view cube so that we're looking at the front view. We're looking at the front view in our world view cube. And we're going to take, either with your mouse, or you can do this with your pointer tool as well, we're going to click all the bottom rectangles that are on our part. So I took and I clicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no, it does not matter what order you click them in, just as long as you have all 5 of those areas clicked. And we're selecting the bottom of each one of those rectangles. Once you select the bottom of each one of those rectangles, let's go back to our home button in our world view cube. Okay, and we can see all of those are selected. We're going to go across to our next tab over, which is the heights tab. And you can try this with your pointer tool, or you can switch back to your mouse tool. Okay, in our heights tab, these top 3 that are here, these all need to be the same. So we're going to select in there, and we want to have stock top, and I want to have 0.2. So in that area, 0.2. Once again, that is stock top and 0.2. The second one is already stock top and 0.2, so I'm going to leave that alone. The third one down, I'm going to change to stock top. Okay, so once again, just as a review, I have these top 3, stock top 0.2, stock top 0.2, and stock top 0.2. Okay, once you have that finished, you can come over and we're going to go to the next tab, which is our multiple passes. For some of these are pretty deep for our mill bit to take all in one pass. Okay, so we're going to have to come over here to the side where it says multiple depths. We're going to click in that area to check that box. And then when it says maximum roughing step down, that's right here, we're going to put our cursor in there. We're going to bring up our keyboard, backspace everything out of that area, and we're going to put down 0.25. And of course I have my number keypad up instead of, or letter keypad instead of my number keypad. So let me delete that and do 0.25. Okay, so I want 0.25 in here. It's just bringing up your keyboard, pressing backspace, make sure everything's cleared out, bring up your number pad so you get your numbers right, 0.25. Okay, 0.25 is in there. Then we're going to scroll down just a little bit more. Where it says stock to leave, right here, we're going to uncheck that box. Okay, little review on this one. We checked multiple depths, put a check in that box. We changed our maximum roughing step down to 0.25. And I unchecked the box that says stock to leave. Then we're going to go up to the top and go to our last tab over. This is our linking parameters tab. In here, we're just going to uncheck a few things. Where it says leads and transitions, we're going to uncheck lead in, uncheck lead out, And down in the ramp area, the ramp type, we're going to change to plunge. The ramp type, we're going to change to plunge. Okay, so one time we review. In the last tab over, uncheck lead in, uncheck lead out, and I changed my ramp style to plunge. When you're finished with that, click OK. It's going to generate your toolpath. And when it's finished, we're going to come up to the top, click Simulate. We're going to turn the stock on. Check the box to turn the stock on. And then down here in the bottom, you're going to click on Play. And it's going to play through and cut out the way that it will on the CNC mill. It's going to take it in each one of the steps in 1/4 inch at a time. Once it finishes running, don't close it out yet. We're not done. Okay, so mine finished running. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come up to the top, and I'm going to go to this one up here that's at the top, right next to Simulate. There's a list of 3 of these up here. I want to choose the top one that's up here called Post Process. Okay? In here, I want to make sure that this is going to my H drive. So I'm going to click in this little gray box here. I'm going to make sure that it's going to my H drive. First initial, last name 000. First initial, last name 000. And I'm going to click Select Folder. After I click Select Folder, just double check to make sure your name is in here. Last name and edge light. Then you're going to click Post. Click Save. And you are all done. Congratulations. The last thing we need to do is close this window out. So we're going to come up to the top, get this big X up here in the top. That brings us back to our inventor. Now we just ran all these toolpaths. What I want you to do is we're going to go up to the top, and you're going to go to Orange File, and we're going to go down to Save. Okay, it doesn't look like anything happened, but it saved the file right back to where it was. So click Save. Okay, congratulations, you are all done. That was the last step. Mr. Lammers, I'm going to take and I'm going to show you how to turn in that NCD file you created for your toolpaths. Congratulations, awesome job. We'll see you next time in class.